Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first official meeting of Kathy's Corners on YouTube. And so, what we're doing today is we are going to be sharing a situation or an example. If you send one in, it's real brief, not real heavy, not a real traumatizing situation, but just something like an everyday occurrence. I'm going to share the example just to kind of give you an idea of how we're going to kind of go about doing this every week. So my example begins with step one, which is introduction and description of the problem. So step one would be I was driving on a highway, and there was a man behind me that was driving a big truck, and he was kind of like inching towards me really fast, and he had a boat behind his truck. There was a car in front of me that was turning, and the man didn't see that, so I had to put my brakes on to stop for the car in front of me, and he kind of like almost hit me and went into the ditch with his boat. And so that kind of not traumatized me, I'm sorry, that's not the right word to say, but I was just like shocked. That said, I'm gonna get hit by this man in this big truck and a boat behind him, and he's gonna rear end me. And so I just kind of, tried to navigate it as much as I could, and he wound up not going in the ditch. He wound up not hitting me. So I just took a breath and said, "Okay, whew, that was close." So part two is, how did that make me feel? I statements. So what we're doing in this part is we're just kind of saying, when this happened, when this man almost hit me from behind, I felt out of control, like I wasn't in control of the situation, and it was just going to happen the way it was going to happen. And I kind of threw it up to the Jesus take the wheel type thing, saying, "Oh, please don't let him hit me, please don't let him hurt me." And it didn't wind up being as bad as I thought it was going to be. I felt anxiety. I felt tightness in my chest. I felt really, what's that word when you just like a tightness? I felt like I was going to get hurt, and there was really no reason for him to be so close to me. And so I was kind of angry I felt angry that he was so close to me all the time, and he was trying to be in such a hurry, and he could have taken his own life and my life as well. So I also felt nervous, and kind of like that feeling of it's out beyond your control. And I felt physical sensations of sweatiness, that tightness, really like the situation was out of my control. I guess I kind of repeated that. And so in that rosary, when we have the broken pieces, it's not part of one unit, it's this broken piece. How did I feel about that brokenness, where it wasn't united as one? We didn't have that togetherness. It was like the pieces were all broken. And how did I feel about that? I felt, like I said, that out of control feeling of God is going to take care of me, but I don't want to get hurt in this situation because of someone else's what's the word? I don't want to say arrogance, but that they were in just such a hurry that they're going to harm me because of that. So that made me kind of feel that disconnect, or that isolation, where I wasn't feeling like part of the whole, where we were working together. So then part 4 is the input and tools. I will give those to myself. If you want to put some positive input into the comment section, I'd appreciate it. Positive only, please. And so tools that I could use is, I did my part and let it go. There's 3 buckets. One big bucket is make a plan, do your part, and let it go. So you do your part and let it go. You get up after this happened. You just keep going. You just, you didn't have to like hyperventilate because I thought that I was going to get hit. You keep going, you keep driving. What are some other tools that I could use? Just take it one step at a time. Let me get my book here. I think I wrote down some tools here. The inertia becomes momentum, where you just plug at that rock, and then eventually you get that momentum to get it going down the hill. There is we are connected. Me and this person that was behind me, we were connected. We were communicating with each other. He was kind of telling me that he was in a hurry, or he wanted to go faster, and I was saying, look out, please don't hit me. So yeah. And some other tools I could use is, just keep a smile. People do things that are hurtful, or they're not intended for us. They're more of self-centered, but that doesn't mean that they're bad people. And so those types of tools. And then part 5 is the Healing Spirit card. This is the Healing Spirit card deck, Oracle card deck from Gordon Smith. And we will pick a card for myself. And like I said, if anybody ever wants to give a little example like this, just an everyday example of things that come up in our lives, I'd be happy to pick a card for you and give you some tools. And I'd, probably read it for you instead of you doing it for yourself, so that you stay anonymous. And so the card that we picked today is Universal Love is True Love, so love all. And the reading for that is, you love, the love you have for yourself and others is to be appreciated, enjoyed, and shared whenever possible. It is only when tested that you doubt the true power of love. The guardian angels, spirits, are telling you that love isn't something you will fall in and out of, but become part of. They are saying that when you truly become love, you expand in a spiritual way and reawaken your soul. After this, nothing else is ever the same again. You are open to giving love and being loved in return. I like that for this situation. That universal love. And that kind of goes with the reading that we're going to do with the game of life and how to play it. I wanted to read just a real quick example about that too. So part 6 is visioning the brokenness being healed. With that rosary, when it was in pieces, it somehow came back together again as one. So I envision visioning, doing vision, or visioning yourself, your self-image, how you see yourself is so important to be, like connected and whole and together with whatever it is that's in your heart, whatever you have placed on your heart. If that's, a connection with God or a connection with other people. We want to expand, but we can't always expand because our self-image doesn't allow us to, because me personally have a poor self-image, and I need to see myself in a new way. So I'm going to envision myself being whole, complete, without a tattoo on my face that says I have a mental defect or disease. I am in alignment with that vision that I am whole and I am pure and I am true and I am real and I am, one that won't go down real easy. You can hit me, with those volleyballs. You can hit me and hit me and hit me with those volleyballs that I've talked about in the past. The coach that pounded the balls at you, and I'm just going to keep getting up and keep hitting those balls, keep hitting the ball, keep getting up. And like an Energizer bunny, you just keep going, you just keep going, you just keep going. And so that's another tool that I can use. All right, and then the part 7 is expect a miracle. All is possible with God. I expect a miracle. I expect that I am going to be whole. I am going to be one with not only people around me, but with God, with my Creator. And I expect miracles to happen. I'm grateful that the man didn't hit me and didn't hurt me in any way, or hurt my car, or didn't hurt his car. And so what I wanted to do in the end is we are going to read the first 10 are going to be from this book, which is Florence Scovel Shinn, and it's The Game of Life and How to Play It. And it says, the law of non-resistance. Resist not evil, be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. And I'm not going to read the whole chapter, of course. I'm just going to read excerpts of it and examples that she shares. And it says, the Chinese say that water is the most powerful element because it is perfectly non-resistant. And that's the law of non-resistance. It can wear away any rock and sweep all before it. And then skipping ahead, it says, we have read in preceding chapters that man's soul is his subconscious mind. And whatever he feels deeply, good or bad, is outpictured in the faithful servant. His body and affairs show forth what he has been picturing. The sick man has pictured sickness, the poor man poverty, the rich man wealth. So people often say, why does this little child attract illness when it is too young to even know what it means? I answer that the children are sensitive and receptive to the thoughts of others about them, and often outpicture the fears of their parents. I heard a metaphysician say once, if you do not run your subconscious mind yourself, someone else will run it for you. Mothers often unconsciously attract illness and disaster to the children by continually holding their thoughts of fear and watching for symptoms. Sorry, my throat is having trouble. For example, a friend asked a woman if her little girl had the measles. She replied, "Not yet." This implies that she was expecting the illness and therefore preparing the way for what she did not want for herself and her child. However, the man who is centered and established in the right thinking, the man who sends out only goodwill to his fellow man, and who is without fear, can be touched or influenced by the negative thoughts of others. In fact, he could then receive only good thoughts, and he himself sends forth only good thoughts. Resistance is hell, for it places man in a state of torment. I think there was one other one I wanted to share. This one's kind of close to what I was talking about with my example today. For example, a woman who required money, who knew the spiritual law of opulence, was thrown continually in a business way with a man who made her feel very poor. He talked lack and limitation, and she commenced him to catch his poverty thoughts. So she disliked him and blamed him for her failure. She knew in order to demonstrate her supply, she must first feel that she had received. A feeling of opulence must precede its manifestation. It dawned upon her one day that she was resisting the situation and seeing two powers instead of one. So she blessed the man and baptized the situation success. She affirmed, as there was only one power, God, this man is here for my good and my prosperity, just what he did not seem to be there for. Soon after that, she met, through this man, a woman who gave her service rendered several $1,000s, and the man moved to a distant city and faded harmoniously from her life. Make the statement, every man is a golden link in the chain of my good, for all men are God in manifestation, awaiting the opportunity given by man himself to serve the divine plan of his life. Bless your enemy, and rob him of his ammunition. His arrows will be transmuted into blessings. So, I know that was a long reading there, but I thought that was really pertinent to what I was going through with my situation, where the man is there, he's present, but I don't have to make him the corner of my heart, the piece of my heart that I don't have to focus on him. I can focus on God and say, God, thank you. Thank you for keeping me safe in the situation. Thank you for making me drive away unharmed. And the man unharmed. And then the man just disappeared. He just faded away. So I hope that made sense. So that was our first example, our first situation. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope that people get something out of it. And I really don't want to use traumatizing words or words that hurt anyone in any way. And this is a peer-led group. We're peer, this is a peer-to-peer. This is not like I am a doctor or a therapist or anything like that. This is just for, I don't want to say entertainment purposes, but we're here to support. We're not here to say one person is right and one person is wrong. This book was written in 1925, so when it talks about evil and sin and God, that was a different era that it was written. So I hope you understand that. And that book I found from Louise Hay. Louise Hay there was a YouTube video where she said, she based a lot of her visualizations and her affirmations from Florence Shinn. And I thought, oh, I really want to learn more about this Florence Shinn. So that's why I bought this book, and that's why I really, really like the excerpts in it and the examples she shares and how it still affects our everyday life today. All right, so everybody take care, and we will see you next week. Bye.